Anyway, well, here we are.
Okay.
So can you see me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
And
Okay.
I'm
And I
assuming
have
you
new
can see me.
poems. I even have new poems. I went to a lot of trouble to get a whole bunch of new poems, you know.
Well, you know what? That's exactly what Bobby said. He said, I got a ton of them. I got a ton of them. And I'm thinking,
Well, I
"Dang."
wish we could hear some of them. Yeah.
Yeah, would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice. See that, and that just tells you we should get his phone number. Yeah.
I suppose that's one thing we can do. We could exchange phone numbers. I have yours, I think. I'm
Yeah.
sure I do.
Okay.
So, since we're going, at some point, this will be edited.
Let's hope so.
I would like to formally invite you all to our latest. We're not New Poets. I always get confused. We're not New Poets Wednesday. We are celebrating New Poets.
Poets. Okay.
That's what we are. And my only guest is Dale Baker. But if you only have one guest, she is the one to have.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well, you know, I may be a little bit showing the technology, but in the BS, I'm pretty good, you know.
Yeah, your BS meter is way up there. Yeah.
I've been at it. I've been at it for quite a while. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, you know, we now, Raven, can you hear me? Are you still with us? I wanted to ask him a question.
Yes.
He's a band.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I forgot it. Oh, yeah. So no. I didn't forget it that badly. Our first okay, it's not a podcast, it's not a Zoom, it is a YouTube. Our first YouTube piece has been aired, hasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And there should be several more. Now, for the new shows, I guess we got to iron out all these little wrinkles. But here we are. And I think the person who's got all the energy and the new poems should go first. That's what I think.
Okay. All right. Okay. This one is called I Like That I Can Write a Poem.
I like it too.
Okay, so I like that I can write a poem to empty out my mind. Too much stuff gets stuck in there. If left too long, I find. Remnants of conversations mingle with things unsaid. Blurted out words rebound and echo in my head. Memories of other times mix with things today. Emotions make them tragic or hateful or sublime. My goal to see them clearly and learn from errors past, hoping that tomorrow I can smile and let them pass.
I love it. Let them pass. Yeah. That's I like the way you end poems. You're a good storyteller, I think. And that's the essence of a good storyteller, you know. Yeah.
I like to tell stories. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to go someplace, and we got to know when you get there. So
Right, I know. Well, it's hard to get a good ending, you know. It's
for sure.
Yeah. Too often I hear poems and they just kind of drop off at the end, you know.
Well, unfortunately, they're not exactly like songs, because with a song, you can just repeat the last couple of lines 2 or 3 times and fade away with the music, you know. You don't really have to have a clever ending. You just at some point.
Yeah, the music stops. That's when you know it's over.
Right. Okay, so now we probably should go 2 to 1, because I only have 3.
Oh, Sarah. Okay, well, I've got another one here that I brought here before, and I was working on it, and I needed a different ending. So this is a poem I've read.
Oh, okay, so
And another
we'll
one.
pay
and-
special attention to your ending.
Yeah, and hopefully I've made a better ending, because I was just working on it when I brought it before and I hadn't even gotten an ending. Okay.
Right.
This is called Doors and Windows. Doors take you places. Windows show you views. Doors must be opened. Windows you merely look through. You have to push a door. It takes effort to even start. A window keeps you hidden. No commitment, no reaching out. You can keep all doors bolted, never seeing the other side. You may call it safety, but why fear something you've never tried? May I always turn the doorknob, take the trail with morning light, enjoy the quiet, breathe the air, pause to see what's really there, join with others, share my song, feel a part of what I find, forgetting fears I've left behind.
You know what? That was a most peaceful or most peace evoking poem. It just, with all of the, the little drama that we're going through, or I'm going through, trying to host these things, it's like all that just faded away, and I just sort of relaxed into your poem, and it was like, wow, it's like she was here, Gary, here's something for you. You'll feel better after this, and I do.
Good, good.
So it's a pretty good. I don't know what your ending was before, but it seemed totally appropriate here.
Good, good. Sounds good.
All right, so
Okay, let's have it.
let's have it. Let's have at it. All right, so this is I've kind of it's sort of I planned on a daughter's day. I've got two daughters,
Oh,
and I wrote poems that I like for both of them,
mhm.
but they're long, both of them.
Okay.
And when I was practicing them, I wasn't happy with the way I read them. So I said, well, let's stay with the theme. The theme being my daughters. And so what I'm going to read is not about either one of them, but it is my daughter Brett's favorite poem. All the poems I ever wrote, this is the only one she ever said, I really like that,
I'm sure she liked other ones.
She probably did, it's like, but anyway, as soon as I find it, that's the one I'm going to start with. And
Okay.
here it is. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Raven was, well, he still is doing it, but I didn't get around to getting him the poems in time, but he's putting them on paper laterally, so the lines go out. And anyway, it's easier for me to read. I'm reading out of my book today. So anyway, I call this one Rings.
What's the name of it?
Rings.
Rings. Okay.
Rings. Okay. So you discern the age of a tree by counting its rings, right? And before Botox, we measured the age of a human by its assortment of wrinkles. But have you ever heard a tree say, I wish I had fewer rings. I wish I could just stop accumulating them. I dare say not. Any self-respecting tree is proud of its rings. Bring them on, I've heard him say on a number of occasions. So be like a tree and be like me. Embrace your rings. How else will we know you're alive?
Yeah, that's a good one. I remember that one from your book. It's a good one.
I love it when you say that. Anyway, I just love it. So are we expecting because you realize I only have 3 today. Well, actually, I got I got 3 books in front of me. I'm sure I could find some. I just none that I practiced or anything, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my daughter's favorite poem. Okay, maybe between now and the time you're finished with your next poem, I'll have decided what else I want to do. Oh, I know what. I know what my next poem is going to be, and I'm going to say it now because I might forget it. But
Okay. Well, you could read it now if you want.
did you ever see the movie Shakespeare in Love?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it's one of my favorite movies, and it came on last night, and I'm trying to get back to my discipline of getting up early and writing and stuff, you know. But I couldn't sleep, so I'm watching this movie, and up pops Shakespeare in Love. So I didn't watch the whole movie, but I just watched a little part of it. But if you get a chance, it's a pretty cute movie, you know.
Okay. Well, I've heard of it. I don't remember ever watching it.
Yeah, theoretically, Viola, who I think is in 12th Night. Anyway, the character in Shakespeare in Love is that person who has to leave the country and leave Shakespeare, who's in love with her husband, because in those days even the Queen couldn't release you from a marriage, you know. So, but what happens is the ship is wrecked and everybody drowns except Viola, who comes up on shore and has a new life, and it's all kind of exciting. Anyway, here comes my Shakespeare thing. If I can just remember where it is exactly, I put it, or it put itself. I'm hoping it's in this book here, because everything is like kind of like together. Okay. You know what? Maybe you better read something, because for some reason I'm not coming up with that. And I thought I'd marked everything.
Okay, I can if you want, but
Yeah, rather than oh, guess what? There it
you
is.
found it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. And I call this one Sweet Will. Any language worth its salt has at least one alpha voice, one great troubadour, born to elevate the very essence of lives lived not in vain, or dreams held not in check. But if you are bound, like me, to claim the English tongue, then with me you might agree. Sweet Will is the chosen one. Who among us has not filched a phrase, committed verse to heart, thrust home a dagger of perception to quell capricious argument, and then convenes he so with love, as gentle soil accepts the rain, the passions of the heart, the longing of the soul, all that is truly lost or truly gained, become through him an open book. So, if you are bound like me to claim the English tongue, then with me you might agree. Sweet Will is the chosen one.
Sweet Will, W-I-L-L. Ah, okay.
As in William.
William, yeah, Sweet Will. Yeah.
So that's what I do in my spare time.
Yeah, that's what we all do in our spare time.
Shakespeare in Love. See the movie, everybody.
I will. Yeah, I'll look it up.
Now I know it's your turn.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is a little short one. I have lots of birds in my yard. You know, I mean, in Hawaii we have a lot of birds, but I've got a pair of cardinals. You know, little red birds, and here they're a little smaller than they are on the mainland. They're only like so big, not really big. And what they do is I have a hedge in the front, and the sprinkler throws water over the hedge. And I've never seen birds do this before. I've always had bird baths and they go in there and they throw water around, and that's great.
Yeah.
These birds, and it's a match pair, so they watch out for each other. One goes and the other one watches and so on. They jump in the hedge, on top of the hedge, and of course the water's coming over, and they roll around in the top of the hedge, and then they fly over on my metal fence, and they preen, how they do, they get themselves all fluffed up and everything, and they take turns, and it's so cute, it's just adorable, and I thoroughly enjoy that. Anyway, so this is a little short poem that's called Cardinal Pair. Redbird in my green hedge, redbird on my rail, fluttering in shrubbery, preening beak to tail, flying through sprinkler mist, rolling in wet leaves, taking turns, the two of them, drying in the breeze.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that.
That would go good with a little picture, but I've never been able to get a picture of them because I'm in the house, and as soon as I come close to the window, then they run away. So I'd rather sit and watch them than try and take pictures of them.
Well, that sounds like more fun to me, for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right. So what I've decided to do here is I like both my poems dedicated to my daughters, and it's kind of there's kind of a funny story that goes with that fact. Of the two poems that I wrote, I thought I actually originally liked one of them quite a bit better than I liked the other one, and yet I did a reading. I was invited to my hometown library to with another writer from my era, and it was right after my first book, and I don't think I don't think I actually read both the poems, but I talked to a good friend of mine who had read both of the poems, and he said that he liked the one much better than the one I liked. I mean, I don't really dislike either one of them, but one of them I just thought was more of a poem. I just felt a little bit more, I don't know, clever, creative, whatever, And he said, "Oh no." He said that was he said the one, about the other daughter, that was the one that we liked. And I think, the lesson in that is you never know what people are going to like, and you can't really judge it by what you like in a way.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the one of the two. And it's a little bit easier for me to read too. But the title is just To the Daughter We Named Brett. Though you are aptly named, according to your mom and me, it was from a white man's book, which troubled me of late. We should have had the Indians name you, for they have vision in these things. This attestment comes from me. From the day you were born, you've been solid in your place, sturdy in your bones, steadfast in your ways. Now let the Indians say through me, these are names you've grown to be. One who gives honor to her heritage, one who loves her family, one who is constant in her loyalties, one who stands for her convictions, one who fights for fairness, one who has her shit together, one who fears no heights, one who conquers water, one who will not be slighted, one who does not accept dichotomy, one who minces not her words, one who takes pride in her work, one who holds accountable, one who hides her vulnerability, one who falls a lot, one who sings with power, one who holds a godly spirit in her heart, one whose eyes enfold the universe. I do believe these names ring true, but they are not the sum of you. You are more than we can see. The more you are, the more you'll be. Brett unfolding in her light, her soul ascending unnamed heights.
So is that the poem that you like the best?
I didn't think it was the better of the two. It was not.
Oh, I think that,
liking.
oh, that's a lovely poem. I mean, I would be very honored if somebody wrote a poem like that about me. And I think that's, you know, that's quite a testament to how good it is. I think that would be my favorite. Yeah.
Now I'm starting to feel like, geez, what if they find out about this podcast and now they're gonna go, they don't
Right.
communicate that much. Anyway, yeah, now I feel like, wow, now I've shorted the other one now, and I should have probably read that one, but
Well, you can still read that one.
I guess I could. You know, I mean, who cares? I will tell you this.
Yeah.
That one was easier for me to read. It just was, you know.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
like
Yeah.
the format was easy, but you know, I guess we're reading. You've got at least one or two more, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, instead of watching me fumble through a book, you know, since these poems are back to back in my book, I'll read the other one. Who cares?
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and then I call this one Ode to Amy. And, you know, a joke is not funny if you have to explain it, right?
Yes, yes, that's usually it. Yeah.
I think the same thing is kind of true about poems. If you have to
Mm.
explain it too much, you know,
Mhm.
it's like maybe it's not your best work.
Mhm.
But I will say that the river that's mentioned in this poem is the Mississippi River. And my daughter was actually married twice on the Mississippi River, not in the same town, you know. One was in Iowa and one was in Missouri. But both of her weddings were on the Mississippi River. So
You mean like on a riverboat?
no. They were just Dubuque is a river city.
Ah, okay.
St. Louis
In a
is
city on the river. Okay.
city on the river, and St. Louis is a city on the river, and there you have it. Anyway, this one's Ode to Amy. There is something about a river that provides my greatest clue to you. Wide when the earth allows, seeping out through rocks and loam and sand, common to the lowlands, the flatlands, the great basins sprouting grains, spreading from the water's edge across the storied plains. Narrow when created new, or driven deep by granite walls far below the influence of the sun. Not content to rage along the surface, nor to counterfeit a deadly calm, she would have us know her geology, the sources of her currents and her undercurrents, her undertow. She would have us know her passion for giving full her moments of intention, have us know her gratitude for each renewing raindrop that joins her in her play, ever seeking promise in something greater than herself, for seeking holy sanction to shed her mighty singularity, until she bursts at last upon the oneness of the ocean, receiving unconditional welcome, knowing wholeness without struggle, peaceful in the wisdom of God's way.
I still like the other one better. Well, this one doesn't have the same rhythm. The rhythm on the other one, the previous one, is probably something that I liked.
Yeah, I think a better reading would have helped the second one, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, sure.
And so far it's 2 for 2. Two people have commented, and they both like the other one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm just hoping that neither one of my daughters ever see this this particular. I don't want any trouble in the family, you know what I mean?
Well, they've heard the poems, haven't they?
They've read the poems.
Yeah.
They've never heard them.
Well, I mean, they're familiar with the poem, so.
Yeah, familiar in that I'm sure they read them at least once.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? But we don't and probably should not even try to control what readers think of our stuff. I mean, you like what you like.
Yeah, we don't have any control over that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So with no control, we should have no regrets, right?
I guess so. Well, we can always have regrets if we really want them.
I will say this. I was happy at the end of each of those poems. When I got to the end of it,
Yeah.
and I reread it, and I said, I like that.
That's good.
And I
Yeah.
did the same, with both of them. And I was just a little bit surprised, but sometimes, when you work hard and you think that has something to do with it, it really doesn't.
Yeah, that's
because
true. That's true.
The one that you like was the easiest one to write. I just started, okay, she's this, she's this, she's this, she's this, she's this, she's this, boom. I'm out of stuff,
Yeah.
The other one, maybe it was me just trying to be, I don't know, poetic. Anyway, that's enough on all that.
Well, which daughter is older?
The one in the second poem, the
one you just
married
read.
on the
Okay.
who has the connection with the Mississippi River. That's that's the
and that's the poem that you like.
Yeah.
And that's the poem that you like better, right?
I guess I have to admit that I did, but it really was about. I was trying to do something. I was trying to connect her and the power of her personality with something big,
like the river.
The river that flows into the ocean, and without being preachy or anything like that, just saying, this is how I see you lived your life. It's just, but I didn't dislike the other one. I just sometimes the ease with which you write something causes you to have an opinion, which you shouldn't. If you're done, you're done. Doesn't matter if you did it in 5 minutes or you did it in 5 days. You really, So, but thank you for having an opinion.
Yeah. Well, see, I rework my poems a lot. I put them down when they come to me, but I always like to go back and make a few changes. And sometimes I've changed them and then I come back to them like a long time later and I change them back to the way I had originally. But
oh yeah, well I do that, and I will redo a poem and give it a new title.
Yeah, of course.
And it didn't even change it that much. It's
Mhm,
just that either A, I forgot the original title, you know,
Yeah,
or B,
okay.
I like the new title better than the old title.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you have a different insight sometime when you go back to a poem and you see something in your own work that you didn't know you put in there, and then it deserves a different title. Yeah.
Right,
Mhm,
right,
right,
right.
right.
Well, if Bobby were here, he could write one of, he said he has a ton of poems.
I'm sure he does.
I said,
I'm
I
sure.
bet you do.
Yeah.
He's like,
Well,
he's
well,
like a kid.
hopefully he'll get the link next time.
Yeah, hopefully some other people get the link too.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Um, but I'm still gonna feel good about the fact that we have a YouTube and that we have we have several podcasts that Raven has edited, and they're good to go. Just pop them on there.
Oh, okay.
So now, what I don't remember is it, and I'll have to ask Raven, but my idea was that we would continue on our course of doing this every other week, and
Yeah.
that we would put the YouTube things on the off week. So, so there'd be some sort of rhythm to it, and we could. It would just be easier for us to, because one of my goals is to just have more people come be on the show.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
Get some.
Yeah, I know that
feedback.
would be better. Yeah.
That and I've had some correspondence with 2 or 3 other people who were saying, well, you know, I really been busy and I want to come back and yada yada. But I'm having so much fun doing it, and I really I think it's a good place for a person who's interested in poetry to spend some time, you know.
Of course,
So
yeah. Well, I enjoy it. I look forward to it.
we will.
And it kind of makes me keep writing.
Yeah.
Because it's good for you.
Yeah. And I decided that there are 3 parts to our ending, and since there were like, I think 3 shows in a row that it was just you, Bobby, and I.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, well, one of you take one.
Yeah.
Part of one, you take the other, and one. So now, for some reason, I just feel like I should get the last one. I don't know. We can switch this around. But if you say, see you in 2 weeks. Okay.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then we'll pretend that Bobby's saying, keep writing. And then I will come through
And say,
good for you.
Right. Okay,
Well,
that sounds good.
We said
we did.
We said it.
Yeah.
And contrary to popular opinion, I think we'll actually continue this.
Yeah.
Even though I think we're about, unless you've got one that you really.
Oh yeah, I got a good finished one here.
Oh well, come on.
I got one more. Yeah.
Come on. I've managed to break all the rules so far anyway. So this one is going to be an interesting one.
Okay.
A year from now when we see it, and we haven't seen it before for a while, or ever.
Yeah.
So if you've got a good one to
oh well, I have one. I have a whimsical one. Yeah. Anyway, I just wrote a poem and I feel great. That feeling is so special. It really is unique, akin to licking ice cream or a massage upon my feet. It's delightful and fulfilling, makes me feel so super smart, so gifted and enlightened, a glowing ring around my heart. Too bad it seldom makes my list of things I have to do. But creations are not duties. Magic does not come on cue. That's why my poems are short and few.
Yeah, I like that. The funny thing is is I actually love my short poems, mainly because they're short.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And um, I think you've kind of given. Well, I know we're you know, Bobby's got me going in terms of his creativity with his poems when he puts them on Facebook.
Mhm.
Dang, he's got some. So I now have I don't know what you would call it, but it's a collection of backgrounds that you can put short poems on,
Mhm.
even the longer poems. But I love my short poems, so I think I'm gonna try to counter Bobby's creativity with a little bit of my own.
Ooh, all right. A
And
challenge. I like it.
well, sort of, you know, and he'll be up for it, you know.
Oh, of course. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh, but you know, if I really could just glom onto one of my short ones, I would go looking for it. But I think maybe not today.
Okay.
And I hate to be rude and look through while you're trying to read a poem, you know. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Oh, that was nice. I really like that. Right.
Hey, it happens all the time. I've been to lots of reading groups where that's exactly what happens.
Really? Really?
Oh, yeah. Nobody's listening. They're, thumbing through what they're going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I got enough
Yeah.
bad habits, you know, it's like, and I just, you know, I love, and respect the work that you guys do and have done, you know, so, I will, if I decide I want to do a bunch of short poems, I'll get them together. Maybe be a little bit more ready for us. And, we can do one or two things now.
Okay. Yeah, it's 5 till.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Mhm.
I thought we would be going over because we only have two people though. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
this kind of it. But we've already given our ending. That's the thing.
Well, we could do it again because, we have somebody that's going to edit.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Okay. So you want the last line this time?
No, no, I'll start off again,
All right.
See you in 2 weeks.
Keep writing. And
It's good for you.
there you go. There you go. There you go.